Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. I am so excited to be filming my very first YouTube video for you. I'm a mom of two. I have a 3-month-old and a 3.5-year-old, and before that I've been a professional makeup artist since 2008. So I've learned quite a few things throughout my journey as a makeup artist. But I just want to come on here and show you guys some things that I do to make my job getting ready super easy and fast and still look put together. So my channel is basically going to be on how I can get ready as a mom, my style, my makeup, so I hope you guys enjoy it. My first video is going to be on how to achieve a quick, easy, beachy, everyday makeup look, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to prime my skin. I like the Unseen sunscreen. It has an SPF 40, which is great, but it's super lightweight and it doubles as not only a sunscreen but a primer. So I just put a thin layer of this, more so focusing on my T-zone because that is where more of your pores tend to be. And my skin type is more combination. I'm a little bit more on the oily side, but combination. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my favorite BB cream. It's by Bali Body. It has an SPF 15. I like to give it a little bit of a shake. This color is a little bit darker than my actual skin tone on my face because since I wear sunscreen, it's pretty normal to have your face to be a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to take this, use my fingers, rub it all in. You can see how much darker it is than my forehead. I definitely wear a lot of sunblock. I like to get a little bit on my eyes as well, just because it kind of helps even everything out, make this process even faster. With having 2 kids, it can be challenging to get my makeup done as quickly as possible. So I like to take any sort of foundation brush that's more dense. This is a dual fiber brush from MAC. And I'm literally just gonna press it in. People like to use beauty blenders. I'm a little bit more old school since I started doing this, I don't even know, 2007 professionally, 2008. So I like to use brushes for everything and it makes it quicker for me. So I'm just gonna buff this in. Just like so. Looks pretty even to me. Going over my eyes again. And the shade that I used for the BB cream is tan. I think they only have like 5 or 6 shades. So there's that. The next step is going to be eyebrows. So I like to use Charlotte Tilbury's Brow Lift. This color is Cara. It's got 2 sides and then it has like a little bit of an eyeshadow as a highlight underneath the brow if you open it up. So what I'm going to do first is just brush up my brows. I like a sporty brow. It's a bit more natural. So what I do is I kind of start right underneath where the brow hairs start growing and I lightly flick it upwards. And I'm just going with the motion of the way my hair grows. Super easy and natural looking. Even if you don't have a lot of hair, I feel like this brow product is one of the best. I've used quite a few. And again, I'm just going to go right underneath, go with the way the brow hair is growing. And like I said, it's great even if you don't have much brow hair. I don't have a ton, and to be honest, I don't know the last time I got my eyebrows like professionally done. I really rely on just super easy products because it's just one more thing that you have to do when you're a mom is get your eyebrows done, and who has time for that? I already get my nails done and my lashes done. So one more thing is not really ideal for me. Okay, so just like so, kind of go in after, brush them up again. All right, there we go. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize. This color is called Bet. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of like a goldy color. Super easy cream product. I'm going to use a light fluffy brush. This one's by MAC Cosmetics. It's a 224 brush. So I'm just going to dip it in real quick and literally just like buff it all over my eye. I like this shade because it's just a little bit darker than my skin tone, so it adds a little bit of dimension, so it kind of looks like I took my time to do a bunch of eyeshadow. Going in on the other side again. Windshield wiper motions. Super easy, just buffing it on. And bring it up. I'm not quite going all the way up to my eyebrow, just because it'll leave a little bit of room, so it looks like I naturally had put like shadow there, which I did not. It saves another step. So just like so. Next step, I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's Color Chameleon. This color is Amber Haze. It's also another goldy color. They make these in different shades, but I like this one. These are really, really great for moms because they are super easy to use. They're waterproof, so they do not move. But I'm going to use a little pencil brush. This is Max 219, I believe. And I'm just going to go right underneath here and just buff it in. So it kind of doubles as an eyeliner. And to make the eyes look bigger, typically you don't put anything on the waterline. Or if you do, people do white, which doesn't look natural because naturally it's not white. I like to use more of like a nude if I do that, which is not very often. I'm going to take the same thing, go right on top. Take my pencil brush, buff it in. Super easy. And like I said, they make other shades. They actually make a really pretty champagne color called Jean. And that's what the cream product that I'm talking about that I put on first. So it's better for more of a fair skin, but it gives you like similar effect. But I'm all about like neutral, natural beauty makeup. Okay, next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Charlotte Tilbury's. If you can't tell, I love her products. This is her retoucher. So it's a really, really great concealer. It is more hydrating, although I am oily. I will set this with a powder, but it's more of a full coverage, super hydrating, so it looks great. I like to actually take this up in the center of my face because that's typically where your pores are, like I was saying. So I kind of take it and give myself a little bit more coverage around the center of my face. This is exactly how I do it. Just throw it on. Gonna go back in with that dense foundation brush here, and I'm literally just going to start buffing it in. Get really close to the under eye area, just like this. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now, take the same exact brush as I used for the Eyes to Mesmerize, that cream eyeshadow product, and a clean one, and use it to buff in my under eye concealer. Leaves it a little bit more airbrush and buffs it in nicely, so there's not a bunch of excess product sitting underneath my eye, because your under eye is the thinnest area in your entire face, so super important to blend that in. The powder I'm going to be using is Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and I use shade 1, so it's a bit light, but I feel like the coverage isn't really there, so it being so much lighter doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to focus on the center of my face where I would get oily and just setting my under eye. Alright, so now I'm going to highlight my face, and I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's Film Star Bronze and Glow, and this is the lighter palette. She's got 2 different ones, and I'm just going to use the highlight from this. Going to start on my nose here, go on top of my cheekbones. You want to highlight wherever light would naturally hit. So that would be these spots here. I do a little bit here, a little here, and a little bit above the brow right there. Cool. So Now I'm going to take, this is her beach stick. It's Formentera, super great. You can use it on eyes, cheeks, or lips. It smells like cupcakes. It's pretty great. And I'm going to take my dense foundation brush, and I'm just going to kind of press this into the apples of the cheeks here. Gives you a nice satin skin-like finish, since this is going to be more of like a natural kind of daytime beachy look. And just going to keep pressing this in. You can put the product directly on your cheek, but I like to really control how much I'm using, so I like to use brushes for, like I said, kind of everything. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit on the chin to really pull this sun-kissed look in. Just like that. All right, I'm going to go back to my brows, and I like to use a brow gel just to kind of keep the hairs in place, and I like to use, I've used a few different products, but right now, Charlotte Tilbury, her Legendary Brow, it doesn't leave them crunchy. It kind of keeps the hairs in place without making them look crazy, and it's like movable, if that makes sense. So I'm going to brush them up again. And this shade's actually a little bit lighter than my actual hair, brow hair. And let's see here, almost done. Just like so. And this color is called Linda. All of her products are named after supermodels or models that she's worked on in the past. Okay, so once I put my brow gel in, I'm going to go back to the cheeks again, and I'm going to contour. I like to use a little bit more of a fluffy brush. This one, I don't remember the name of it, but it's more of a tapered shape. Super soft and fluffy. It's not dense at all. I'm going to be using the contour part of the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette right underneath. So, like I was saying, you highlight on top of bone, you contour underneath bone. So, just like so. Just kind of going around the frame of the face. Some people like to say you make a 3 or an E. Taking a little on the jawline here. And that's that. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking some mascara. I don't really put any on my top lashes because, like I was saying, I get my lashes done. It's something that I did when I was pregnant because I was so sick, and I actually ended up having to have surgery when I was like 20 weeks pregnant. Super crazy. So it just kind of makes me feel a little bit more put together, since, you know, I've always been, you know, always have my makeup on, I should say, being a makeup artist. So I'm going to be using MAC's Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This one's one of my favorites. It comes off in tubes with warm water, but I'm way too lazy. I just wash my face and it comes off nicely, but it doesn't transfer underneath my eye, and I feel like I have a problem with that. So I'm just going to go in here and start putting this on. Do the other side. So actually my 3-month-old, almost 3-month-old, just woke up. So this is how quick this has to be. But this is why it works, and I'm able to do it every day because it is super fast. So, mascara is done. Last thing I'm going to be doing is lips. I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's lip cheats in Iconic Nude and Pillow Talk. These are more water-resistant, waterproof product, and I need everything to stay on because I am a busy mom. So I'm going to start with Pillow Talk here, and I start with the corners of my lips and move them forward. So I don't really overdraw too much. I just kind of go right on the line of my natural lip line. And I'm kind of bringing it in. You don't want to put too much pressure when applying these. That's why I use the side of the pencil. I don't like use the tip of it straight on. Okay, now I'm going in with Iconic Nude. Iconic Nude is a kind of a basic, like, neutral brown, and Pillow Talk's more of a neutral pinky tone. but I feel like Pillow Talk is a little bit too pink for me. Pink for me by itself, and Iconic New kind of offsets that and makes it a little bit more natural. Just like that. Okay. So there you have it. That is my basic kind of everyday makeup look when I have only a few minutes to spare, but I feel a little bit more put together, and I feel like it's achievable with even having little ones.